Stan V. Realtors, I'm going to pin his comment so you can see it. He said, Canada, no, they give 2-2 visa. Oh. What's your take on
That's not true. When it comes to securing visa, your grade only matters when you are securing admission. When you are securing visa, you are taking your letter of acceptance. So the school are giving you admission and they are giving you letter of acceptance letter to say, okay, take this letter. That's the letter you used to apply for visa. There's no business between immigration and your grade. Your grade has business with the school. When school gives you offer, they give you a letter for immigration. So whatever this information this person has is very wrong.
Okay, thank you so much for addressing that. Let me remove it there. I want to bring somebody with a question. Okay. Let me just invite 2 people randomly here waiting to ask questions. So once they ask their questions, I'll remove them. Guys, are your questions ready?
Good evening, sir.
Bros, unlike now, this one
Yeah. I can see you. There's no light here. We don't have light here in Ogbomoso, so
now Obama,
like you
they
said
want
it.
from
Yes, sir. I'm a Lautech student, sir.
What is your question?
So I have this question. She said something earlier. So, and she didn't emphasize on it very well. So, what she said was like, okay, she secured a scholarship, but then
Okay.
She was having 1.2 million naira in her account or something and stuff like that. So, according to the little research that I've made, I felt like there is a must. We have to pay for this tuition fee before we migrate.
Okay, no, you don't have to pay for tuition fees before you migrate. So different schools have their different requirements. Like the school that I attended, I did not pay for tuition fees until I was already inside of Canada. Like I got in my visa, I'd landed because I arrived 2 months before my school resumed. So I'd landed in Canada before I paid my tuition. But there are some colleges, for example, that will tell you need to pay tuition deposits. Then it depends on the school. But most universities, they don't care. You don't need to pay your tuition. And if you get funding, finally, you pay your tuition from your school account. So you don't need to pay money from any other account. So that information you have is not completely correct. It depends on the requirements of the school. And if you get funding with the school, there's something they call promissory notes. You just promise the school that, okay, I have X amount of funding from the school. I'm going to take from there to pay the tuition. Case closed.
Okay. What if okay, after I pay the tuition, let me say I pay the tuition now, and if my visa was not granted, what will be left for me at that point in time?
So if your visa is, different schools have their different refund policy. So you need to go to the school to check what their refund policy is. In fact, it's very important that you check the refund policy before you are paying any tuition, so that you know that in the worst case scenario, if your visa is not granted, you will get your money back. So I normally tell people, check the refund policy. But most schools, they refund within the first 1 month of resumption of the school. You get 100% refund if you don't get your visa. So for most schools, you always get a refund.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, the bird light just now. So the thing is this. The thing is this. The visa too. Will I get refund for the visa too?
Nobody they refund visa.
Yeah, nobody refunds visa. I think that what your focus should be on, what you should be focusing on, is doing the right thing so that your visa is not denied. That's what your focus is on. Because if you are focusing on if my visa is denied, how will I get refund? Then your focus is from the things that you to the things that you shouldn't be doing. Expecting refund. Nobody should be expecting refund because you want your visa to be granted. So you need to focus your attention on what you should do to succeed in your application so that you get once and for all. but nobody's going to refund you on visa fee. You can get refund on tuition, but not visa fee.
All right, man. That's all I need to know. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Daddy Freeze, for
You're
bringing me
most
up on here. All right, sir.
So some people were asking how I was able to secure the scholarship. Once I secured the scholarship and I started announcing it and telling everybody, I'd gone ahead. I first of all started by helping one of my brothers who went to the UK, and then I started helping friends. But combining that with motherhood plus my grad program and everything, it became so overwhelming. I just people again, because then they want you to help them with their CV, help them with their statement of purpose, their essays, supervise, like everything. It was becoming too much. I couldn't handle it. Then I stopped helping people. But then I wasn't doing anybody any good by not helping them. So I decided that when people kept bugging me, Zino, please help me, I said I was going to create a program so that everybody can learn to do it by themselves, so they can get the opportunity for themselves. So based on that, I created this program, and that's why the community, we have secured that amount of scholarship, where people have now relocated to Canada, UK, US, Australia, Sweden, other European countries, New Zealand, because I created this program that will teach people how to secure funding opportunities. So now, aside from scholarships, there are also organizations that give loans to international students where you can pay small. So how to secure funding opportunities, scholarships, loan, grant assistantships or teaching assistantships, just to fund your studies so that you are struggling. And some people, even when they get scholarship too, they also need to show proof of funds for their families. They're not relocating with your husband.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask.
You
To
cannot
for
support
the
your
proof of funds.
get a loan from these loan organizations. When you this offer of loan, you can use that with your visa application. So this is what people are doing these days. And many people do not have this information, and that is what I teach people, that okay, this is what you can do, and this is how people are doing it, and this is how to do it. If I tell you to go and Google this scholarship, you will not find it on Google, because most of them they are not on Google. You won't find it on Google. So I don't do you any good by telling you go and Google it. I can as well just tell you, wait, don't ask me. That is the same response. I can as well just say, don't ask me, because you will not find it on Google. But but you can learn how to find it for yourself and do the application for yourself without relying on anybody. Then for those people that are relying on agents, where they are not held hostage by the agents, you don't need to be held hostage by agents. By the way, very important, no agent can help you to secure funding. If you find that agent that helps you secure funding, come and tell me so that I can reevaluate my stand. But no agent can help you secure funding. And there's no use in securing admission that you cannot claim because you don't have funding for it. So at the end of the day, your focus, first of all, to be getting the right information first, and how to fund this thing that you are about to embark on. Because even if you get admission and you're so excited about the admission, if you don't have money in your bank account, you cannot fund it. You will not, there's nothing you will do. You will not go anywhere. So the first things first, get the right information, then sort out your funding, sort out your admission, your visa, and then you can relocate.
Okay.
Okay. But then start the process, you will see that's when you need help. And the only way to get help is to get the right help. A lot of people here, they say, tell me things or hearsay, is to work with somebody who has walked this path and has succeeded in this thing that you are about to do. Personally, that's how I make my life easy. Mentorship. I seek mentorship. Get help from somebody that has succeeded so that they can show you the way. You don't need to make the same mistakes. You don't need to struggle anymore, because this person is just going to show you what to do, tell you how to do it, show you where to find information, tell you how to package your application so that you stand out. But many people make the mistake thinking that it's only them that is applying. It's not only people from Nigeria, people from Africa that are applying, people from all over the world. So it's competitive. So you have to be able to compete in a global market.
Okay. There's this one more thing I want to ask.
One question, so to ask their questions.
Okay, just this one. Would there be a part-time job for someone, or there will be something?
Good question. As an international student abroad, you are able to work 20 hours per week. So that 20 hours per week is actually part-time, and the money you make from that job is enough to take care of your living expenses. So people are able to take care of their expenses, like their house rent, their phone bill, feeding, you to live is enough for you. When you work 20 hours per week, is enough for you to take care of your living expenses. So yes, you are able to work part-time. So your study visa, it states on your study visa, or when you get your study permit rather, it stated there that this permit allows you to work for 20 hours per week. So it doubles as your study permit and your work permit as well. So yes, you can work. And if you are married and you go with your spouse, you work full-time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let me bring in the next. Thank you so much, bro. Us boy.
Yes, sir.
That's his name. More people are lining up. Zino, you go talk tire today.
But I have to leave by. That's your 8:30, I believe.
Let me bring in as many people as I can, one by one. Where are the ladies? Okay, Stone Porch. All right.
Okay, sorry, Daddy Fritz, the guy actually asked the question I wanted to ask. So about the working part-time thing, so it's been answered. But another question is this, lady, was the a particular amount they wanted you to have in your account before they were granted the visa?
Okay, so that's another good question. Yes, so normally they have specific amounts that you have in your account if you are applying for visas. It depends on the country. So I'm going to use Canada as a case study. If you're applying to Canada, they expect you to have tuition fee for 1 year plus $10,000. That $10,000 is your living expense. So whatever your tuition for 1 year is, you add that plus $10,000. That's what they expect you to have in your account. However, if you are able to secure some sort of funding one way or the other, then you do not need to show that money. So for me, because I got funding for myself, I only had to show proof of funds for my son who I was carrying. So for him, based on the immigration rules, I had to show $4,000 for my son. So that's all I had to show. My own proof of fund was my letter of scholarship. That was I showed I've gotten this scholarship, which is able to cover for me. Then for my son, I have the $4,000, which immigration says you have to show. So that's what I did. For some people that don't even have that $4,000 in their account, for example, I said that there are organizations that give international students loans. So you can secure a loan. When you secure a loan, they give you something like a loan offer. Is a letter that tells them that you have secured the loan and how much they are going to give you in the loan. So they use that to support it. When you go on the website, it tells you the list of the things you can use to show as proof of funds. An offer of loan is part of them. So if you put that, then you get it. There's one lady that I helped that got, and she got funding at the university, and she moved with her 3 children. Her funding, of course, covered her. She secured loan of $25,000 here in Canada for her 3 children. So she secured it from Nigeria, and then they gave her that letter. She wrote to a supporting letter with her application, showing them her funding and her letter. She put the loan offer and the details, and she got the visa. She and her 3 children, they came here in February. Yeah, so there are different funding options. You just need to know how to find them. See, I created a free training because I know that people will have these questions. And I know the popular questions that people ask me. So I created a free training for everybody to watch, so at least we get first-hand information and the basic information that we need to start off on this journey. If you go to my profile at Zino Ojogbo on Instagram or Facebook, that is ZINO OJOGBO, and click the link in my bio to take you to the direct training, to take you to the training, the free training. Go and watch that training.
Let me put her account here.
More.
I want to pin her account.
Yeah, it's detailed there for you. You can watch it.
Okay, one question for you, please.
Okay, go on.
Zino, did I get it?
I can't see. The last thing I see here is the email that I entered.
The account is pinned. Yes, I can see it.
I just pinned your account.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I see. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so the question can I go on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the question I have is this: if it's an undergraduate, then whose accounts would they want? The sponsor.
Oh yes.
If it's
So
an undergraduate,
so I don't normally deal with undergraduates, but I'm going to answer your question. So for undergraduates, some people are mature students, mature undergraduates. They have money, they can fund themselves. You can use your account statement. You can use your sponsor's account statement. It doesn't even matter whether you're undergraduate or graduate. Anyone that you are, you can use your own statement or you can use a sponsor statement. So like a third party that is sponsoring you, you can use a third party sponsored bank statement, of course.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Thank you so much, my dear sister. I have my daughter Amarachi. She's here. She wants to ask her own questions. I have both my daughters here. So, Amarachi, what's your question? Louder. Let's hear you.
She said that Google is not the best place to find scholarship. So where did she find her scholarship?
Okay. Amarachi said you said Google is not the best place to find scholarship. So where did you find your scholarship?
okay, so that's a very good question. You need to be able to find, we call them hidden scholarships. You need to be able to find the hidden scholarships. Most of these scholarships are provided. So there are different organizations that provide scholarships, for example. Like the government provides scholarships. That one, if you Google it, you find it. Organizations like Commonwealth, those ones are very popular. They are popular scholarships. If you Google it, you find it. Those ones, we call them open scholarships. So they are open to everybody. But then there are some scholarships that are hidden. These scholarships are provided by the institutions. So like for my master's scholarship, I was funded by the University of Waterloo. So they are provided by the institutions. If you Google it, you will not find it. You need to actually look into the institutions for you to be able to find these opportunities. And many times you have to look for them. It's like getting hired by the university. That's what it looks like. So you have to actually look for them, but Googling it alone will not show you. And this is what I teach, how to find it and how to secure it. I teach this in my program.
Instance, I've searched Google all my life. I couldn't find anything. Can I come to you and you'd help me? Do you do consultancy for things like that?
Yes, so I prepared a training for everybody. So you're able to, we train you. It's like a 30-day step-by-step training. So this step-by-step training, the way it works is hands-on training. Normally, people that follow our training and finish by the 30th day, they've submitted the application. Like they've submitted their scholarship application, their admission. Some people, before the end of the training, they even get scholarship because it's hands-on. We show you what to do, tell you how to do it, and we do it with you, just so that you are moving, because we want you to move. So the way the training is designed such that you are doing something today that will help you tomorrow, and the one you do tomorrow will push you. So every day you are pushing towards the finish line. That's how the training is designed. So by the end of the 30 days training, some of our participants have already secured scholarship. Some of them admission.
For more information, guys, Zino Ojogbo on Instagram. Can you please type your email address again so I can pin that one too, so people can get in touch with you? Guys, this is your opportunity. You don't have that much money, but you're willing to work, you have experience, and you have a degree. Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places. I remember a colleague of mine called me one day and said, I should pay 20 million naira inside her account. I can't look and say, when now only woman when man they date, or person wife, or person sister, and I go if you put 20 million.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And all this is because they are stubborn and they want to go and do things their own way, and they get everything twisted. Amarachi has another question. What's your question? How many questions do you have? Okay, so the ones that I already answered, leave them. Which other ones?
Okay, and this one is
Louder.
This one was from your Instagram post that I saw.
Okay.
It was concerning designated learning institutes in Canada.
Designated learning institutes in Canada, yeah, from your Instagram.
And
oh yeah.
postgraduate work permits.
And they grant postgraduate work permit.
So how long does the work permit last? Is it permanent?
How long does the work permit last? Is it a permanent thing? Is it renewable? Or is it something that has a short lifespan? She's talking about something on your page, so you can throw some light on it.
Yeah, so after studies in Canada, you get up to 3 years postgraduate work permit. This means that you are able to work in the country for up to 3 years. Within that time, that 3 years, you are able to apply for permanent residency to become a permanent resident in Canada. Normally, what most students do is that they go via the Canadian Experience class. It's called Canadian Experience class because you should have gotten 1 year work experience in Canada for you to qualify to apply via the Canadian Experience class. So that's how most people go from students to a worker and then to permanent residents. But what I was trying to highlight from the post she's talking about is that now not all. So Canada has something called designated learning institutions. These institutions are institutions that are able to bring in international students. So it tells us that not all schools in Canada can bring in international students. So when you apply to Canada, you need to apply for a school that has a designated learning institution number, call it DLI. Even within those DLI, not all of these institutions are eligible to give for you to get postgraduate work permit post-study. So this is why I tell people that if you are coming to Canada to study and you know that you want to remain in the country after you study, you need to go to a school that is able to give you postgraduate work permit after study. So that's what I'm trying to point out with that post. But most people, what they do is that they go to meet their agent. Agent doesn't have this information. Agent will just apply to any school for them. They get the admission, they come to Canada, and when they get here, they discover that they cannot get postgraduate work permits. They are stranded. Some of them have to go back home. Some of them will not hide inside the system. They just hide. So, and I don't want it to happen to anybody. And this is the thing. This when I talk about getting the right information, it's what information can fix. You just don't apply to a school that cannot give you postgraduate work permit. It's as simple as that. But you need to have the right information first.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How many scholarships did she win to fully fund her education?
How many scholarships did you win to fully fund your education?
Okay, so I got the scholarship I got from the university itself was able to fully fund my education. But there's something I teach people called scholarship stacking. From my scholarship, I was able to secure a down payment to buy a 4-bedroom duplex. It's because I was able to stack other scholarships. I'm able to drive a brand new. Yes, I'm able to support my mother at home. I'm able to save money for my son's university, even as a student. So I call it stacking. Yeah, we call it scholarship stacking. Some people, they just get scholarship and they relax. But for me, I thought about it that when I came here, I teach people information is power. When I came here, like every other international student, they want to quickly go and work with their, they have 20 hours per week, right? You're able to work. But as a mother to a young child that I have to put in the daycare, when I put him in the daycare and I go and work minimum wage job, all the money I've worked for that day, I use it to pay for daycare. It didn't make any sense, right? It's as if I was working for the daycare provider. Let me stay in my house. I sat down one day and I said, there must be a way. There must be a way out of this thing. That's when I stayed in front of my computer and I started looking for scholarships everywhere and applying. I realized something during my application. There are some scholarships that receive 0 application, no application at all. So it means that if you apply for that scholarship, no matter how bad your grade is, no matter how bad your application is, they will give it to you because the money is there and it's only your application, so they will give it to you. I started applying for all these scholarships. That's how I got the skill to apply to secure scholarships. And I started stacking all the scholarships. So I'll get, even some of them were $500. I will apply because it took me like 1 hour to apply for a $500 scholarship. So my worry people will say, gada gada na bondo. So that was how, so that was how I gathered it. And that's how I was able to do all of these things until I now got that huge federal government scholarship. Then these days, I'm now looking at big scholarships. Okay, if I apply with 10 grand, those are the kind of scholarships I now apply for. And I tell people that it's possible. But many people would rather, they say, okay, They want to run and go and work. I'm not saying that working is bad, but for me, it wasn't favorable because all the money I worked, I used it to pay for daycare. So at the end of the day, it didn't make sense to me. So that's how I focused on scholarship, and I got multiple scholarships. So in addition to the one from the university, I got multiple scholarships and I had extra money. That's how it worked out for me.
Going to open up the lines one more time. I know we have just 1 minute, but I'll stretch it a little bit more. Do you have any more questions? How many more? Just last. Oh yeah.
How did she get the information about all this? Where did she find it?
Where did you find the information for all this? Like you said, you started searching, you got home and said, you know what? Where do you get the information from? Or is there a way you provide this information for people?
Oh yes, I provide information for people hands-on. I give them templates, give them samples. People have used my application documents to go and get scholarship. Like they look at it and try to use my format and they get scholarship. So I give them templates, give them samples, show them where to find, provide list of these scholarships for them. Like I basically just give them everything and say, go and do this. And then they are able to do it. So I provide all of that information. By the time Amarachi is ready, I think she's still in school, right? That if we send Amarachi to me, we'll send her to her dream country. Yeah.
Now I have another daughter, Babes. What are your questions? Real quick and very loud. Okay, while you're getting your questions out, let me bring somebody here so we can, so it won't be like Daddy Freeze just bringing, because my children just rushed there and said, we have question. So let's bring someone live.
I like how inquisitive they are. Some people will not
They are
even
very,
yeah.
come, why don't you have lights like this? Why are you embarrassing us?
I get the sound of the generator even.
Can't be like wings where they return from meeting. Can we see? Sorry, Zino, let me bring somebody else. Guys, if you are not ready, don't even request. While we're looking for the next person, all right, Babes, what is your question? Loud, please. Okay, are there any opportunities for vet doctors and zoologists in Canada?
Yes, so people that are like, a lot of people have pets here. So vet doctors, they do very well here. They make good money. They do very well. So there are lots of opportunities for them here. Even the zoologists and people that have other biological science background, there are numerous opportunities for them. In fact, I see a lot of scholarships for those people compared to all the others. So yes, there are opportunities.
So you are more likely to get a biology scholarship than a chemistry scholarship.
So there are a lot of opportunities for people in any of the sciences. For example, like I see this zoology and botany and all those ones. I post them a lot, especially in the biological sciences. They have many opportunities. So yes, she's able to get any of those animal sciences. You see, there's some people, their research is that they are researching something inside fish belly. That's all they work on for 4 years, researching something that is inside the fish belly, you know. So they have lots of opportunities for them. Yeah, so she would definitely get something.
Second question.
Occupations that she suggests to a person who didn't go through with veterinary.
Occupations that you suggest in Canada for someone who didn't pull through with vet medicine. I don't understand. Like the person didn't finish vet medicine. It didn't work for them. My daughter is a little. So, but it didn't work for you. It means you went through the course and you couldn't get a job. Work opportunities. I think that one was answered previously. There are many work opportunities for people in vet medicine and zoology. Any other question? Okay, let's get somebody else. The people are coming, but their lines are so bad.
Yeah.
I want to bring. Okay, Kima Beauty. Kima is my friend. Let me bring her up.
Okay, and for the people that have questions that we're not able to take today, go and click the link in my the free training.
Hello.
I
I just have something to say because I don't want anybody to migrate here and start regretting because I wasted 1 year, paid international school fees, studied biotechnology for 8 months, and I've been here. I didn't get no job.
Where?
So yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Okay.
Yeah, I graduated with microbiology in University of Abuja before I came over here, and the plan was because that course is in category B, I was gonna be able to use it to get my permanent resident. I did not. So if you're doing any course for somebody, please and please do something relevant. Do something that they're gonna get a job. Do something that they can build a career, have a career pathway they can grow, because it's not every course out there that is relevant. It might be easy for them to get admission and come here, yes, but what happened when they get here? Are you going to be here to guide them to, like, okay, change to another course so that they can be useful after studying the course? I don't want anybody to come here and waste a year, even one day, studying anything that is not going to be useful. That's why I'm calling it. So it's not about the big name. It's about what are they going to do with it? What's the career path?
Okay. I'm going to. You see, Nigerians tend to look money making as job. Sometimes your career path requires you to do more research, study, requires you to go down certain route. So to answer the question, Zino, over to you.
So first of all, when we inside of our training, while we are talking about, when we teach people, find
hold on, Zino. Mute your mic. You're kind of back in the mic so you can listen. All right, Zino, over to you.
So when we teach people about like the right program, we also check employability of the course. So we teach them to check employability of the course by checking like Indeed and checking other websites, other job application websites. That's one. Another thing that I find is that most times, we tell people also you need to develop skills. Like, for example, me as a chemical engineer and a researcher and doing my PhD, even right now while I'm in school, I've gone to look at employability after my PhD. And I've seen that maybe I may not get the kind of job I want as a chemical engineer, but my PhD involves data analytics and data science. So I am now focusing on the data science part, and that is the part I want to go into post PhD. But I also see that some people just expect that a lot of people, they finish from school, they have no skills. And people will not only employ you because of your certificate, you need to develop skills along the line as you go. So you need to also be curious. Don't wait until you have finished that program for you to start looking at what are the opportunities for me here. You are doing the program. People with this degree, what are they looking for in the industry? Check while you are there so that you can prepare. And the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I also have a mentor in the industry. I have people that are mentoring me in the industry, and they're telling me that, okay, so no, this your degree is relevant, but you need to develop these skills. So if you don't develop those skills, you may not be employable. My younger brother did a master's degree in subsea engineering. Those people, they work in the oil services and offshore. It was at that time during his degree, when he was doing his degree, the oil price dropped. When they started firing everybody in the oil industry. But he had software development as skill. Now he is a manager in Fortune 500 company from a degree in mechanical engineering, but he's a software developer. He has no degree in software or in computer science. So at the end of the day, I tell people that you need to develop, because some people just feel like, all they depend on is their degree. It's not going to work for you if all you want to depend on is your certificate. You must develop skills alongside your certificates. So find out what skills they are employing for you to develop those skills.
All right, we have somebody here. Get your questions ready and get your voice ready too. We have somebody here. Can we please see your face?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's quite dark here though.
Where are you?
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So, Dr. Freeze, I just want to talk about that lady that was, that she's based in Toronto. What she said is right. Like I tell people here in Canada, like, first thing first is your location determines the kind of job you get. So, and according to Zino, who was talking about the skills as, add on your own CV or resume, yeah, she's very correct. I came into Canada, I studied petroleum. I did petroleum, master's in petroleum for my master's. And that was in 2015 when the oil was, oil price was pretty low and the economy was bad. At that point, I needed to diversify. I ventured into reliability engineering today in mining because I was able to get my skills up on the game, like data analytics, PMP, certified maintenance and reliability professional, MDT, CMROP, come to think of it, or just name it out there. So you need to be able to diversify. I believe what she's trying to tell you is maybe she jumped the gun by coming in for just 1 year program, thinking she was going to get 3 years, PGWP. But then what she could have done is this. Most people don't know. When you come in with 1 year program, your PGWP is going to be 1 year. There are some provinces you don't need a job in class B or A for you to be able to qualify for, you need to work 1 year before you qualify for PMP. There is a province called Northwest Territory. Most people don't know. It's closer to the up north region. You only need to work there for just 6 months in class C or D, staples or whatever, and she will not be stuck. Because now she has PGWP of 1 year. She's running around because she wants to get a permanent resident within that same 1 year.
It's not possible.
And then she's now going for but yeah, Zino, see, like I said, if I've worked in up north, like Northwest Territory. If you work there in class C or D, any of the class C or D jobs for just 6 months, she'll qualify for PMP, Provincial Nominee Program, and then she'll get a PRO before a postgraduate work permit expires. So information is key. I like what you're doing. You're saying the right thing. You're putting it out there that the skills are right. I was just listening to your own conversation with Daddy Freeze, and I like the questions that are being popped out there. People are saying a lot of good things and all that, and corrections are going right on the comment section. Yeah, nice one. Thanks.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, Chuksi. Do have so much fun. All right, Bibs, your question so we can start rounding off. How did you secure your permanent residency, or what stage is your permanent residency? How do you put it? Yeah. Via your scholarship. How long did it take, or how long is it going to take you?
Yeah, so I became a permanent resident in 2019. Wow. Just right now, I'm waiting. I applied for my citizenship already, and I'm waiting to get my passport. I'll just go to the UK and get tested. Yeah. So like I tell people, information is key. At the time I applied, then they were still doing something called the Federal Express Entry. They have paused it for now, but they were doing Federal Express Entry. So I didn't have to go through the route of postgraduate work permit. I never got a postgraduate work permit. I was already in the Express Entry pool at that time. So I just updated with my Canadian degree. My points went up. I received an invitation to apply for permanent residency. I applied and I got it. So it took me like 2 years after I came into Canada to get my PR. And now I've applied for citizenship last year, and I'm waiting for them to give me my citizenship. So there are different pathways to permanent residency when you come here. You come here legally.
For instance.
Sorry?
What of someone who is an American citizen?
An American citizen, they still, for them, American citizens are able to live in Canada for a short time, but they still need to get their PR, so they will still go through the same route. Yeah, but they are able to, because of I think they have work agreements. Canada and America has work agreements. So if they're able to get a job, then they can work in Canada. But however, if they want to reside here permanently, then they have to still go via the the route, but they can come in with their passport anytime, and yeah.
Okay. Any more questions, babes? Do you need? Now, after your scholarship, do you still need a certain amount of money?
To,
like, for instance, you spoke earlier on about your son. You were free,
okay,
but you're $4,000. And how do you cut corners in such a way that you don't have to have this money? Are there opportunities? Is there anything you teach people to do so as to avoid the need to have this extra money on them?
Okay, so the need to have the extra money is an immigration requirement. So it's like a visa requirement. They want to see that you're not coming here to depend on their resources. But for people that don't have the money, especially for those people that are trying to support their family, there are organizations that give international students loan in Canada. In Canada and the US, they have them in the UK as well. You can apply for them from your home country. So you are in Nigeria, you can apply for this loan from Nigeria, and then they'll give you an offer. They approve the loan and they give you an offer that they are going to give you the loan. Then they'll give you the loan once you have come into the country. But with that loan offer, you can use that for whatever application you want to use it for, and it is recognized, and your whatever application will be approved is recognized as your proof of funds. So for people that don't have money, what I tell them to, because some of them will go and collect loan from individuals in Nigeria and they are paying 10% per month. It's ridiculous, a lot of money. So if you can get that, I show them that you can apply to this.
Okay.
All right, awesome. We have somebody here.
Good evening, sir.
No question?
Yes, sir.
You have one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lady Zino.
All right.
I've watched the webinar and all that. I'm very excited to be here today. I want to say thank you for what you're doing. God will bless you. I swear to God. So my question is this. I'm just overwhelmed that somebody from I'm on Robo Girl. Oh. That someone from my place is doing this is getting me so excited. Oh. The lady that spoke about microbiology, because I have started applying before now, but my degree is third class. So I'm not going for direct masters. I was thinking of doing a postgraduate certificate or a postgraduate diploma before I divert into masters and then proceed. Now, my question is this. I am a microbiologist.
Okay.
And I have worked as an administrative executive in the oil sector while I was in Port Harcourt. I have worked in the aviation sector. And by the grace of God, I am an entrepreneur now. Okay. I sell cars. That's what my name is there. But presently, I have this passion and desire for health. I want to find out what can make people healthy for the rest of their lives. So I am deciding to do public administration.
For health, or you know that there is money in health.
No. I have a passion. I have a passion for health. I have a passion for health. Yeah, I have taken care of. No. It's something in my life. I wanted to be a medical doctor, but it's like I like money too much. So before I knew it, I found myself in the oil sector. So now the glass ceiling, like Zino mentioned earlier, I am there already. I want to break free and move forward. So as a microbiologist, I had this plan to become a public health administrator. Now, the question I want to ask is this. From these stories I have said, I know I am good with leadership. Is it right for me to do public health administration research or thought masters?
Okay, so that's a good question. Whether you do thought masters or research masters. So the difference between the two of them, thought masters and research masters, is that one, you take only courses.
And which one is research masters? I did hear this thing for the first time.
So for a thought masters, they call it thought masters or course based. Thought, TAUGHT.
Oh, they go teach
classroom.
Yes. It's the kind of masters where you just go in and you take courses. You do coursework and you graduate and you go. Research masters is that you do a research component and you write a thesis. So you research on something, on a topic, and you write a thesis. So that's the difference between the two of them, thought masters and research masters. So now
okay, so my degree, my qualification, like I have a third class. That was what deterred me from applying since. Okay. But with all this knowledge that are coming now, I want to do it. So I think from what you have told me, I think I would want to do a research, because I am working on something about blood type diets on my own. I'm following one doctor in America, Dr. Adamo. But I don't have a voice because I do not have a certificate to run a blog officially. So I would want to do the research, but I was scared that because of third class, I may not be able to do research.
Okay, yeah, so it depends on where you are going to do this research. There are some countries that they accept the grades, low grades, if you want to do that.
No, I'm going to do a postgraduate in Canada first.
Do a postgraduate diploma, then that's fine. After your postgraduate diploma, you can do a research-based master's. And for what you said you want to do, I see that you want to become an authority in the field. Then you need to do a research, yes, and you have to start publishing your work. So for you to be able to do that, if I were you, first of all, this doctor that you are following, I would email the doctor and tell them, I want to volunteer with you. So when you volunteer,
the doctor is in America, and my desire is in Canada.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The academia is universal. I work with people in different countries. It must not only be in Canada, in Canada where you want to go to. You can work with anybody anywhere. If I were you, I would email but I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer with you. When you volunteer with her, she's in academia, and you work with them. If you contribute to any work that they have done, when they publish that work, your name will be on that work. That's the way to start getting your voice out there. You don't need to wait first. Start by volunteering. Email her. I admire your work. Talk about something that you admire about her work. Let her know that you have read this work. Talk about something specific so she knows that you have read the work. Tell her, I want to volunteer with you. What can you do as regards her work? And tell her that you're open to learning, even if you cannot do everything that she already does, but you're open to learning. Let her know what the constraints are. A lot of people are looking for people to work with. I tell you, I'm going to work with you, and that's the way to get out there. You don't need to wait first until you're in Canada. Start now. By the time you're applying to Canada, this is the kind of thing that you put as your volunteer experience. You contact that person to write you a reference letter, a solid reference letter. You are in.
Wow.
All right, thank you so much.
I have so much love for you. I need to clap for you.
So guys,
thank you.
Her email address is zino.nwennede, ENWENEDE @gmail.com. On Instagram, she is at Zino Ojogbo, ZINOOJOGBO. Final question to you.
Yeah.
Skills, like basic skills
What are the basic skills that count?
Okay, so if you are going to grad school, the kind of skills that you should be looking, if you are still an undergraduate, I would advise you to keep your grades up, especially the grades in your last 2 years. If you are still an undergraduate. If you are able to attend conferences, attend those conferences. If you are able to write anything, blogs, anything academic, write in blogs, write academic paper, your thesis, keep a copy of it, do something good in your thesis and make sure that you are contributing something. If you're able to do that, if you're able to volunteer, like see this lady now, I told her to go and volunteer. If you're able to volunteer in areas that you are interested in, have those volunteer experiences. Leadership. What are you doing? What is your contribution to the community? Do some leadership work as well, and be able to show it that this is what you did and this is what you achieved during that time. These are the kind of skills that you would need to show in your resume for your grad school application.
All right, Zino, we've overstretched it with 23 extra minutes. You owe me.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, I have this free training in my bio. Go and click the link in my bio at ZINOOJOGBO. Watch that training. It will answer most of all your questions, I tell you.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell people, spend the next 2 minutes selling where they can get, because this is where the end of the whole video is. This is how you contact this genius called Zino. She has literally answered every question, plus the person that had third class, plus the person in Oshobo that did not have lights, plus the auntie that looked like she was returning from witchcraft meeting, all their questions were answered. And not just answered, because I have my whole room is full. Everybody say, God, they say, oh, wow. So this is how the people go to Canada. So everybody saying, I wish I knew this 3 years ago. I wish I knew this 5 years ago. I probably will not be where I am today. I wish this, I wish that. Yes, yes, you can keep on wishing and you grow old. And instead of you to become Rihanna of Hollywood, you end up being Rihanna of Abule Egba, Beyonce of Rihanna, Britney Spears of Agege, Kanye West of Agbado. The opportunities. There is something out there specially prepared for your skill set, your educational abilities, and your passion. Your passion should not be money. Your passion should be, I really want to do something. I want to see why fish lay eggs and why they don't do naming ceremony when they give birth. And then you are passionate about this, and then you dedicate your life to it. Now, all these things and more, I'm not the authority. I just have the platform. The authority is my well-read guest. Not only has she been able to secure her papers, she's on her way to obtaining citizenship in how many years now?
5 years.
In 5 years, she's bought a house. She's bought a brand new car. She's about to obtain her citizenship, and she's on her PhD.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if she can do it, she went to school in Nigeria. So you going to school in Nigeria is not a hindrance. It's when you go to school in Nigeria and you are doing hookup. When you go to school in Nigeria, you are more concerned about your eyelashes and your miniskirt than you are about your grades. Or you go to school and want to hop from one party to the other, it's up to you. She's been a genius. I've learned so much, and you can learn more. Her email address is pinned. I'm going to put this video on Facebook, on YouTube, every single social media platform I own is going to have this video. So it would be an amazing opportunity for you to do this for yourself. Contact her now at Zino Ojogbo. She will answer all your questions. So Zino, I give you the platform to sign off. I had so much fun. Thank you for the education, the information, and the fact that you're so easily accessible. So tell them how to reach you.
Okay, so guys, I want us to know that the easiest and the fastest and the most reliable way to relocate abroad is via the study pathway. And irrespective of your age, your grade, your family size, or whatever you think is limiting you, there are opportunities for everyone. And I know that many of us have questions that we're not able to take all the questions today, but I prepared a free training. If you go to my page at Zino Ojogbo, ZINOOJOGBO, click the link in my bio, watch the free training, and then you can get all your questions answered. And you can easily always send me a DM or send me an email, and I'll respond to you. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Regardless of whatever you think your situation is, there are opportunities for you, and you can relocate with your family, your husband and your children. You all can relocate together. So don't allow limitations to stop you, or you think that because you don't have money. I didn't have money too, but look at me today. Look at where I am too. So just like the kind of limitations that you think you had, I had them also. But then we look beyond these limitations and we see the opportunities. And that's what I will show you. And you can learn the step by step on how to secure scholarships, admissions, and relocate with your family. You can learn that, and you can duplicate that, and you can do that, and you can succeed, and you can give yourself a better life. I tell you that you deserve better. Your children deserve better. And when you relocate abroad, it's like you are opening, it's a generational opportunity. You give your children, your children's children, you create generational opportunities for your lineage. And that's something that you want to do. So follow me on all my social media handles at ZINOOJOGBO. I post valuable content every day. And then click the link in the bio, watch the free training. If you have questions, send me a DM and I'll be happy to support you. You deserve the good things in life and you can achieve it. I was like you one day, struggling, not sure what to do or how to start or where to start from. But I succeeded, and because I've succeeded, you don't need to struggle anymore. So send me a message and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you for joining this live session, and Daddy Freeze, thank you for giving me this platform today to come here. I really had fun.
You're most welcome. Thank you for coming. And guys, it's over to you. Do take care and stay